Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley, and this is video log number 67. The drama in Flat Earth continues. So, we've got Tiger Dan continuing to demolish Flat Earth one step at a time, and I think it's genius, I really do. If it wasn't for the fact that Tiger Dan is being taken to pieces by other flat earthers, I'd say that it was nothing but a stroke of genius, because what he's managed to do is shake up flat earth and get us all looking again at our proofs. And I've been trying to get Tiger Dan on Flat Earth UK for quite some time, but I wrote him a letter talking about Homicide Hunter, which is a show that some people may or may not have heard of, which is about a chap named Joe Kenda. And Joe Kenda's a detective who primarily does murder investigations, serious assault investigations, and he'd solved, I think it was something like 867, something like that, crazy number of murders in his career. So he now has this show. And the thing that made me think of Tiger Dan when I watch Joe Kenda is the fact that he often will set aside all of his evidence of a given suspect for the sake of argument. It might be a lead, but we'll use a person just to keep it simple. And he'll set all of that evidence to one side and say, right, I'll go back to the beginning, right to the beginning of this incident or the crime scene, without any prejudice, without any evidence in my hands, and look around and think, what have I actually missed? And to me, Tiger Dan, some people might not like his methods, but his attitude hasn't changed. He's doing the same thing. When he was doing the same with Flat Earth, I must have heard him say the words, not done basic research, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 times. He says the same thing in reference to Flat Earth, and everyone goes mad and starts, sending him horrible comments and telling us that he's a Freemason and a planted shill and all this kind of nonsense. Which brings me on quite nicely, as I'm talking about a person, to a John Le Bon video about paid shills. I'll put links to at least Tiger Dan's most recent video, whatever he's on number 3 at the time of making this video. But along with that video from Tiger Dan, I'll put a link to John Le Bon's video, who I've recently been paying a lot more attention to, although obviously I've been aware of for quite some time. But he's probably one of the most level-headed people out there, and has always taken a fascinating standpoint when it comes to Flat Earth. It is my understanding that John Le Bon has never actually said, yeah, I'm a flat earther. And whether or not Tiger Dan is attacking the notion, the concept, the idea of flat earth, as opposed to the general geography, it is yet to be determined. We'll see. He might even come out at the end of episode 10 and say, because it's a globe. You just don't know. I mean, I'll be cap in hand to all the people who I've said I don't think that's the case to. But we just never know, as again John Le Bon would say. So yeah, back to John Le Bon. His video is about paid shills, and I often get knocked by the commenters when I talk to the trolls for hours and hours on end. And regardless of what we label these commenters, and we'll stick to commenters at the moment, we'll move on to the actual people John Le Bon is referring to in a sec. But the commenters are just people. Trolls, if you want to call them that, are just a guy at the end of a keyboard or a girl at the end of the keyboard who, I don't know, maybe dealing with some personal issues or something. There may be 100 different reasons why they want to sit and troll your videos and take out their anger and hatred on a flat earther. But they're just people. The same applies if they were paid. If these people were paid to sit and troll our videos, or shills as they've been labelled, they're still just people, I think Math Powerland said that, these, I think he's referring to these people occasionally get sort of tapped on the shoulder and removed because they're getting too far into it. And while that may or may not be the case, anything is possible, they're still just people. We're not dealing with bots. It's a human being typing in these horrible things. So yeah, it's one of those. Like I say, I'll put a link to John's video, which is actually about whether or not the talking heads, me, you, if you're watching this and you're a YouTuber making videos on Flat Earth or debunking Flat Earth, are any of us actually being paid? I asked that question to several of my guests, Mark Sargent being the most recent, and the answer was no. None of us are getting paid. It's just we enjoy doing this, or certainly I enjoy making videos, and that's really the only reason behind doing this. I like making videos. Flat Earth is a juicy topic. Whether or not you want to call flat Earth the encompassing notion that we've been lied to about the globe, or take it very literally that we mean it is 100% flat. For me, I questioned the flatness of it pretty early on. You know, I'm sure I did a video log saying what is flat, because until we've actually got reference, none of us know. But I still like the term flat Earth. It's, you know, it's a search engine term that I don't see any harm in using it, even if the overall notion may turn out to be, as Morgile said, slightly concave. Who knows? We've not mapped it out. Anyway, I've been Nathan Oakley. I'll see you in the next video.